No, no, it's not a Jamaican. The other one.
Shiv.
Yeah.
Brian, is it good?
Yeah.
You holding this all the time?
Yeah.
Dad?
That's. Can you give me less of a ground? See where the line between the trees and the ground. Have that be the halfway point.
Sitting here with Brian Lara.
You want to fish in the can or
That's fine. Yeah, that's good.
Better?
Yeah. Is it going? Is it live?
Brian keeping us.
So you
Brian
can-
Lara keeping us focused.
How does this over Oh,
Oh my goodness.
it started immediately, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who won the toss? What are we doing?
I don't know who won the toss.
Atlanta War Eagles won the toss and they decided to bat.
To bat.
Yeah. Cammy and Ananya is on strike.
Good.
Cammy hit a nice four.
Okay.
Microphone is on.
Let's go ahead.
Also.
No
Okay.
parents in tent. You hear the instructions, Brian? No parents under this tent.
Good.
Right. That's the instructions passing down.
Right.
Dot four.
Yes. If you read this spelling already.
Four.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Look for, oh no, Dad,
Hey,
look for Maria's glasses wiping thing. Front part, yeah. Good thought, better than that, better than that. Yeah. Quiet.
Dot.
That is it. That's a fair ball.
So War Eagles won the toss and batted.
Who won the toss?
Atlanta War Eagles.
Okay.
The batting.
Two again for Cammy. 10.
4-4, 1-2.
Dot 44.2.
Gotcha.
You put another, I can see one thing in there. Yeah, he has it.
still looking.
Which part in our bag is there? On the outer
Outer
pocket.
pocket.
Goes in your bag here,
Let's
right?
hit that bag, that ball nice.
No glasses.
So 11 first off.
Yeah.
And look. 11 runs. 0, 4, 4, 0, 2, 1.
Who bowled that first over?
Selena.
Selena. Okay.
Right.
Well, her negative still in the outer pocket.
She know where she has it.
Who's ball?
Okay.
It's
So
a
ready.
channel.
Well, her negative.
Yeah. Jen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Conyers, Georgia. This is the 13th annual Georgia Women's Cricket Association tournament. The match you're seeing here is the Atlanta War Eagles and the Atlanta Pearls. Atlanta War Eagles winning the toss, choosing to bat. 11 runs coming from the first over. Second over about to start. We're under relatively muggy conditions, foggy, but for now the rain has held off. These matches are going to be 10 over matches, so 1 over in the books, 11 on the board. And this second over to be bowled here by Januel. Slashed off the outer edge, that is going toward the ropes and will get there now for 4. Good looking shot, a little wide. And taking advantage of the width that time was the batter who gets that one behind point and racing away for the third boundary of the innings. So the Atlanta War Eagles are off to a relatively good start here. 3 4s and just opening partnership, 7 balls old, but already conceding 15 runs. So off to a relatively fast start. Once again, these are 10 over matches. And the bowlers really do not have much room for error. Each bowler, of course, limited to 2 overs. And this over here being bowled by Januel is going to, she'll want to get this ball a little bit straighter, a little bit more on the stumps. Anything too wide obviously can be punished. Overcorrection this time, but she may have just gotten away with it. It's punched down the ground to mid-on. So off to, again, a relatively fast start. Opening batters are Cami Desai, 15 from 7. And Anya Anish yet to get off the mark. But you'll see, I think, with the truncated match, much more aggression from these batters. Good delivery, played into the offside. That type of delivery is one that you want to keep the batters quiet. Not full enough to drive, not short enough to play cross-batted shots. So she'll want more deliveries like that. 17 runs on the board, 3 deliveries remaining here in over number 2. So a lot of different regulations, if you will. First, in the interest of time and in the interest of not, let's call it, not wasting too much time, as that's played into the offside, and it goes away for 4. Number 4, if you will. So off to a fast start, these openers again. So as I started saying, in the interest of time, a wide ball and a no ball each count as 2 runs, but whereas ordinarily you would re-bowl those extras, you're not re-bowling them here. So in other words, each over will still be 6 balls. Even if you bowl 6 wides, they will still constitute the full over. It's just that you're punished by conceding 2 runs instead of 1. Well, that is a good looking shot, played to backward square leg. Good piece of fielding down there too. And off to a relatively fast start. 1 ball remaining here. And so you'll see from this fast start that these batters, I would think, would both want to continue to press home the advantage. Obviously, getting off to a good start, you want to be able to capitalize on it. Last ball here, played into the offside. Should just be 1. 12 runs coming from the over. So 11 from the first, 12 from the second. Off to a relatively fast start here. The War Eagles are 23 without loss.
And they are saying, yeah, and they hit that. And they hit that.
She batted.
And then Danish 2 runs, Cami 21.
Yeah. No.
Number 6. Who's number 6? I'm trying to pulse.
Oh, for first. Annalisa.
Which one's she in?
Who?
Lil Hill.
She knows how to go.
Was she bowling again?
23 without loss after 2 is the score. In fact, the first delivery of over number 3 goes for wide. So make that 25 without loss. Bowler here is Dipanjali. Nope, my apologies. We'll get
Annalisa.
Annalisa is the bowler. Sliced off the outside edge, going toward the boundary, and it will be fielded just short of the boundary. So a couple more runs.
Not here.
2, right?
2 deliveries, make that 2 deliveries into over number 3. Once again, these are 20, make that 10 over matches.
Sorry?
Alright.
And we'll see exactly how
Runs,
this bowling unit can sort of extricate themselves out of a
No,
pretty
that's
tricky
Ananya.
position here.
She's on strike.
Floated up there, played right back to the bowler. Half a chance there for cotton bowled, but she'll get away with it. It's a good looking start. This team, the Atlanta Pearls, have a job to do to pull things back just to make sure that you have a relatively decent start. What I mean by that is you want to be able to limit the scoring, limit the damage. And this is played into the leg side. It should just be 1.
Take time.
So you're off to a decent start here, but
Score.
on balance, you need to make
29.
sure that all of your opportunities to score are
Yeah.
taken care of. But then from a bowling standpoint,
So
you
that was
don't want to
Cammy.
bowl
Who is
any
that
more
one, right?
loose deliveries. So you want to make sure that you control that in whatever extent possible.
No, dear.
Play it into the offside.
Batter. Single.
Good piece of fielding in the deep.
Selector.
So, needless to say, a long way to go here, but gotten off to a
30.
decent
30, yeah.
start. And with that decent start, you're going to have to figure out how to capitalize. See exactly how you do here. Into the deep again. Backward square leg it is this time. And that's a single to close things out over number 3. Unofficially, I believe we have 31 without loss. We'll get that confirmed as soon as possible. But Atlanta War Eagles off to a relatively fast start. The score is
So give me a
30
over.
without loss.
3 will start, 4 will start.
How it went? Wide.
I cannot get out of it. It's too close.
You don't have to talk, let me just watch out this is
I look at cover glasses.
wide. 2,
Maria's.
1, 1.
She don't know where she put it on. Again. Case is here.
Right.
And it's empty.
So it's 31 now, right?
Empty.
Yeah, 31. I have 30 that one. Bowler name?
Yes, that looks like Jana.
Adania.
And?
Adania.
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 Okay. Adania's bowling.
So 31 without loss after 3. First delivery here of over number 4 played into that mid-on area for a single. So the opening batters,
1.
Ananya Nish and Kami Desai. Kami Desai, the more aggressive of the two, 24 from 13 with 4 fours. And Ananya Nish, 6 from
single
6.
was Cammy.
Yeah.
Ananya Nish, it is who is now on strike. That's going to be wide. So once again, you're not re-bowling the extras. They just count for 2 runs. So off to
You don't have that.
a relatively quick start here. There are so far 4 wides, meaning 2 wides and each one going for 2 runs.
Wide
And
again.
make that 3 wides now going for 6 runs. And you've had 4 fours. Scoring rate is relatively quick, 10.3 per over. And you're halfway through over number 4. Down the ground, good looking shot in the sense that it was straight enough, so no fielder anywhere close, and you get a couple of runs to boot. So good start continuing here for the Atlanta War Eagles. 38 runs on the board.
No, Ania.
On balance, you want to have a scoring rate similar to what they have here. 10.36 is a good scoring rate. You want to make sure that you get that sort of continuing along those veins. Now, as a bowling unit, you have to find a way to break this partnership. And you want to get new batters to the crease. Now, bear in mind, if you know what happened in the first match this morning, the Atlanta Pearls bat very well. In fact, we don't quite know how well they bat because they did not lose a wicket. The opening pair was very dominant. So you don't exactly know what a par score is. This is a good looking shot up and over, and it goes just a bit of a misjudgment there by the fielder, deep extra cover, and it goes away for 4. So not the cleanest of ways to bring up the end of over number 4. 11 runs coming from that over. End of 4, the score is 42 without
That was
loss.
Ania. Right. 41, right?
42.
42.
Wide indeed. 1, dot, 2, and a 4.
Those wides are 2.
Yeah, the first wide is 2 runs. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, why is it? And no ball is 2 also.
And 42.
Okay. What's the plus? Somewhere.
17. Who's number 17?
Who's number 17? Anyway, let me just
हेमंत
see
भाई
that.
पुराने वाले उसमें कैसे ऐड करेंगे बॉस
Rashida,
प्लीज
go.
अभी लाइट चल रहा प्लीज डोंट
Rashida.
रशीदा
Yeah. Rashida.
So 3 overs bowled. Make that 4 overs bowled, my apologies. Score is 42 without loss.
Wide, eh?
Right?
Yeah. Rashida, wide.
Fourth over bowled by Adania Bosch. She's the vice captain. It will now be
Rashida.
Rashada Williams. It's straight back past the bowler herself to start over number 5. And this opening partnership continuing to build momentum.
Okay, go more closer. I will fix
Gotten a relatively decent start. As I said, the scoring rate is above 10. With that single, the scoring rate now at 10.32. Around the wicket. This is played into the leg side. Oh, bit of a misfield there. Really more of a misjudgment than a misfield.
Who hit that
Spins away past the
Yeah.
battered, past the fielder down at deep backward
No,
square.
Kami.
Goes away for another boundary. That is 6 boundaries so far in the
What was
innings.
the second ball?
And
Yeah!
47 runs on the board. From your current situation, you want to make sure that you continue to take opportunity to capitalize on that fast start that you've had. The opening partnership now worth 47. And you want to make sure that you continue along those lines. You want to keep pushing. Once again, the Atlanta Pearls bat very deep. Good looking shot played into the offside. Oh, another misfield, a criminal misfield that time. And that's the reaction from the fielder tells the story. Consecutive 4s here. That second 4 of those 2 bringing up the 50. 51 runs on the board. Your batters are Anania Nish and Kami Desai. And the fielder down at deep square leg, or deep point rather, will probably want a better effort than that. This is played back past the bowler herself. So 10 runs from the first 4 balls of over number 5. Opening partnership going
That's a single.
great guns here. 52 runs on the board. And with your current run rate of 11.14, you're looking at something north of 112, 113 if you will.
So Kami facing now, right?
Played straight down the ground here. So yet another over where you've had double digits. In fact, there's only been 1 over in this entire innings so far. That was over number 3, where you did not have
54.
a double digits over. That is the end of over number 5. Halfway through the innings, score is 54 without loss.
I don't know exactly what it is. Just some.
Not this one's Richard. TCA versus Pals.
What went on there just now? Nothing over?
Are you facing?
So 54 without loss it is after 5. 10 wickets still in hand. You're halfway through the innings, so you'd imagine that these opening batters will be even more adventurous than they are, or than they have been so far. And so far they're scoring at the rate of 10.8 and over. So that's a very healthy scoring rate.
Should be.
Over number 6, about to be bowled. I believe this is Shubi Bangwal,
Yeah.
who is bowling from the northern end of the ground here in Conyers, Georgia. at the Georgia Women's Cricket Association 13th annual T20 cricket tournament. And the job right now is to pull things back. The job is to bowl a couple of dot balls, hopefully. That's not going to help. That's a wide outside the line of off stump. Appealing for a catch. Don't think that there was anything in that appeal worth celebrating, if you will. Once again, this opening pair up now to 56. Can we decide the more dominant of the two batters? 27 from 16. Ananya Nish, 19 from 14. She is caught up after a bit of a slow start. Oh, look at this. Very interesting option there. Looking to whip it away on the leg side. Walking all the way across the stumps. Probably lucky that that actually bounced over the stumps. But that's the dot ball that you were looking for. You want to be able to build some pressure. Pressure may be a little bit strong, but you at least want to slow down the scoring rate. Scoring rate now, after that dot, is now down to 10.5. See if you can do what you can to pull things back beyond that 10.5. And of course, if you're the batters, Ananya Nish and Kami Desai, you want to keep pushing in the way that you already have. Slashed away into the deep. On the offside, they get one. Thought they had the opportunity to go for a second one there, but they'll eventually settle for one. So, yes, you've gotten off to a fast start, but you do need to start putting, or to continue putting pressure on the bowling unit. Bowler here, Shubi Bangwal, is going to try once again to see if she can have some sort of pressure built. Get herself in a position where she pulls the scoring rate back. Scoring rate now 10.36 rather. And yet another wide, so that's certainly not going to help. Once again, a wide scores or counts as 2 runs. You don't re-bowl it as you ordinarily would, but it does count as 2 runs. There's also no fielding restriction. So as of right now, every single fielder is on the boundary. So that's an interesting field setup. Usually, of course, you're required to have a minimum of 4 inside the boundary, or inside the 25-yard circle. No such restriction here. Oh, this is going to be a run-out opportunity. No, not quite strong enough with that throw. You get a couple more runs here. So the last ball coming up here in over number 6. Unbalanced though, this has not been a bad over. This has been so far the best of the innings, the best over of the innings, if you will. 7 runs conceded from this over so far, but you do have 1 ball remaining, so you'll need to be able to make it count on this last ball. Something that does not go for big runs. This is skied in the air. It is catchable. Oh, put down, and it goes for 4 to boot. That could have been a successful over. Should have ended with the wicket. The big wicket of Ananya Nish, but pretty straightforward chance in the deep at mid-wicket, put down, and the ball going away for 4 to add insult to injury. So that is the end of over number 6.
So that is
Should have resulted in a wicket, but it goes for 4. 4 number 8 that you've had for the inning so far. End of over 6, 65 without loss.
should be dry with the dresses.
Yeah, everything is ready.
Oh.
So 65 without loss after 6, scoring rate 10.8. Should have been 61 for 1 after 6.
Selena.
But that drop catch down at the last ball of the previous over puts you in the position where you are now. Last 4 overs coming up. Last 24 balls.
Yeah.
Shubi Bangwal, it was who bowled that last over. For me, the best over of the inning so far. This over now to be bowled by Selena White. Hammered straight past the bowler, but there's protection straight. Coming back for the second, no, not going to be a realistic option there. But I think you'll happily accept any singles because from here, you'll need to figure out a way to limit the damage. from where you are now, limiting the damage certainly would help if you conceded singles, and then certainly if you have a dot ball, that helps. So good opportunity here to pull things back, and I think you'll see that they're continuing to do just that. Selena White into her last over. Bowled of her first over, won the first of the innings. Played down the ground again, very straight, and it goes away for 4. Tell you what, an opportunity there to clean up at mid-on, make that long on, but not the cleanest of fielding opportunities.
Yeah.
And that puts you in the position where you've conceded yet another boundary. That is boundary number 9 for the inning so far. And that fast start, as we talked about, up now to 70. Last 22 balls of the innings coming up. So from here, you really want to see how you can restrict the scoring. Opening partnership continuing to wreak havoc. Both batters now at 29. And Anya Nish is caught up. Good deliver there. Just flashing the miss outside the line of off stump. So Anya Nish, 29 from 20. That's exactly what Kami Desai herself also has. 29 from 20. And then Yanish with 5 fours, Kami Desai with 4. So those are your 9 fours for the innings. Full toss. That's going to be a no ball, I would imagine. Yep, there's the signal. And a bit of confusion here. They'll get a run. And you're looking now to see whether or not there is confirmation for the no ball. The umpires actually did call no ball. Now, there is some complaining by the fielding side that the fielder or the batter was bowled, which is in fact true. She was bowled. But if the ball passes above the waist of the batter at the point where the ball is delivered, then it does not matter that she was bowled. If it passes above her waist as a full toss, it does count as a no ball. Again, regardless of whether or not it resulted in the ball hitting the stumps, it is a judge, or has been a judge, a no ball, and I think that's what the eventual ruling is going to be. So you get a single, then 2 additional runs for the no ball. So just a bit of confusion there, but I believe with 1 ball remaining, make that 2 balls remaining, should be at
Kami on strike.
73. We'll get that confirmed as soon as possible, but even despite that bit of confusion, I believe that the no ball call will stand. And I like what you just heard from the umpire. That umpire is Maria Abbott. And Maria Abbott exhorting the captain of the fielding side to speak to her players, because you don't get to complain in the way that they just were. Whipped away into the deep, backward square leg in position, should just be a single. So a bit of excitement, and I believe, in fact, that's the end of the over. So should be
No.
a single to close things out in over number 7. End of 7, 7-4 without loss. So 7-4 without loss. You do have a bit of a quick start here. I said that a few times already. But now you're down to the last 18 balls of the innings. Opening partnership worth 74, and Ania Nish 29 from 21. Kami Desai 30 from 21. So both batters striking it above a run a ball. 138 is the strike rate for Ania Nish. Kami Desai 30 from 21. Her strike rate is 143. Quick refreshments. And now looking to see what the last 3 overs of this innings looks like. Should be a Daniel Ball who will bowl over number 8.
Nathaniel.
And And we'll see whether or not they can make inroads into this
That's
batting
Anania.
unit. It will be very difficult because they've gotten off to a good fast start. I've said that a few times.
Try Cammy on strike.
And from this position, you would think at least 2 runs every ball the rest of the way. Full in the air, struck beautifully. Look at that catch. That is an excellent catch, sprinting to her left and taking that catch about chest height, maybe a yard or so from the boundary. That is a really, really well-judged catch, and the first wicket goes down. So that is the end of Kami Desai, who was off to a really good start, but that, for me, is the stuff that you want to see that will turn things around. A good effort in the deep, good running catch. The first wicket is down. Applause for Kami Desai, but she is dismissed for 30. The score after 1 ball of over number 8 is 74 for 1.
Sachi coming on. Sachi.
So Sachi Dadwal is your new batter.
Rashada. Sachi.
Big wind up and a miss. She'll get a single immediately opening her account. But going back to that catch, that was really well judged. Struck firmly, and really had that catch not been taken, that would have gone for 6. Fielder on the ropes, sprinting to her left, made up a fair amount of distance and did very well to complete that catch. So first ball of over number 8 yielding a wicket. Second ball, you get a single. Down to the last 16, 75 runs on the board. And Anya Nish it is now, who's back on strike. She is 29 from 21. Struck straight down the ground. That's a good looking shot. And a good piece of fielding. Oh, it was a good piece of fielding, but then it's fumbled and they get 4 for it. So there has been a mixture of good fielding interspersed with, I would say, carelessness in the outfield. So that should have just been 1. They'll get 4. That is 4 number 10 for the innings. And Ananya Nish continuing along a really fast start. 33 from 22 are her figures now. Floated up there. That is a really good ball. Very, very full Yorker length. And a precious dot ball. I have not had very many of those. And in fact, with that dot ball, 13 dots in the inning so far. 28% of the runs of the deliveries in this match have been dots. But that's sort of what you want to be able to do. Pull things back, hopefully build some pressure by getting those dot balls in. Clean strike down the ground. And landing short of the fielder at long off. Coming back for the second run. And a bit of a wayward throw creates the opportunity for that second run. So you're now into the 80s. 81 for 1. Ananya Nish looking to push on from here. She's up to 35 from 24 balls faced. 6 boundaries struck. Sashi Dadwal, who is now at the crease 1 from 1 at the non-strikers end. You would get the sense that Ananya Nish will be the one to take charge the rest of the way. 1 bounce down here to mid-on. Coming back for the second run. That should not have been a second run, but a bit of a bobble in the deep results in that second run. 9 runs coming from over number 8. A good start in the over by the Atlanta Pearls, having taken the wicket, but some loose fielding in the deep creates the opportunity for a few more runs. Last 2 overs coming up, 83 for 1.
Yeah.
Two overs remaining. First of those 2 overs to be bowled here by Annalisa Sudin.
Annalisa.
First over that she bowled was a good one. Just went for 8. In fact, that's the most frugal over of the innings so far.
Yeah.
Using the feet, and it's lofted into the deep, stays in the air for a long time, and it goes for 6. I would think. The first thing it hit was the trees, and I don't know whether or not that means that the tree is actually in the playing field. No signal from the umpires, so it actually just
No, it
ends
dropped
up being a
inside.
single.
So that's single, right?
Very interesting. So the tree is actually in the field of play. So even though that ball struck the branch of the tree, it still just counts as a single. And that batter may just feel hard done by Sachi Dadwal. A bit of a chat by the umpires here.
Why they only jumping?
Umpire Maria Abbott explaining why that is in fact just a single and not a 6. Because apparently it is the fact that that tree that's at deep mid wicket is actually on the field of play, which you don't see very often. But look at this. This is going to be an interesting call. It's going to be a couple of runs. They'll get 2. The interesting aspect for me is whether that ball bounced a second time before it got to the batter. No indication from the umpires that that's the case. So they in fact just get 2 runs. So a bit of an interesting passage of play here.
Yes.
What's the score?
So
86.
a couple of runs to start. A single from the first ball, and then a couple of runs after that. This is played into the deep. Oh, look at that piece of fielding. I'll tell you what, they'll get a good run. In fact, they come back for the second run. But that piece of fielding for me saves 2 runs. It was down to her right, the fielder coming around from mid-wicket, and does well enough to prevent that ball from going over the ropes at mid-wicket. So 2 more runs, but a good over on the way here for the Atlanta War Eagles, and with 3 balls remaining, they'll be looking to capitalize on the start that they've had to this over. In the air, deep, and it goes all the way for 6. Now that is undoubtedly the biggest strike of the inning so far. The first one that goes all the way for 6, and that 6 bringing you into the 90s. 94 for 1, and Anya Nish is now into into the 40s. 47 from 28, 6 4s and a 6. And so with 2 balls remaining here in over number 9, 8 balls remaining in the innings, you would not think that Ananya Nish would do anything different but continue pressing along in the way that she is. So 2 balls remaining here, 11 runs from the over already. And Elisa Sudin will want to not get this ball in the slot. Play and a miss outside the line of off stump. This should be a bye. We'll await the signal from umpire Brenda Solosano. In fact, no signal from the umpire, so it would appear that that would have come off of maybe the outside edge of the bat. Last ball coming up here over number 9. Sachi Dadwal. In fact, now she does signal bye. So it took some time, but the signal for bye does eventually come. So the last ball pulled away into the deep, in the gap, and that goes for 4. So that fast scoring continues. 16 runs it is that comes from over number 9. Last over coming up, 99 for 1.
What 4 was it, guys? Sachi?
That 4 was Sachi, yes, sir.
What's the score?
99.
So the last over, about to be bowled. Atlanta War Eagles started out quickly, and they've really not ever let their foot off of the gas. First over, going for 11 runs, and they've maintained that scoring rate throughout this innings. Scoring rate exactly 11, 99 from 9. And it will now be up to Januel Deers, I believe. will be bowling that last over number 10.
Yeah. You got her?
And
Second
let's
bowler.
see whether or not she can prevent Ananya Nish from getting to a milestone. But I don't think she'll be thinking about that right now, Ananya Nish. She'll just be looking to take advantage of these last 6 balls. Down the ground, lands in front of mid-off, coming back for a couple. So that brings Ananya Nish to 49. Really aggressive running between the wickets here. And that, by the way, brings up the 100. 101 for 1 is your score. 5 balls remaining. So, interesting move. Deep extra cover and long off have now switched positions. I think the indication there is that the throw that came in off that previous delivery could have and probably should have been a little bit stronger. So you move a fielder with a stronger throwing arm in that position. And that's played in that gap toward mid-wick or make that extra cover. It goes for 4, and that is 50 for Ananya Nish. So you might just hear the applause there in the background. That's a really, really good innings for Ananya Nish. 53 from 31, 7 fours and a 6. She has struck 7 of the 12 fours and the only 6 that have been struck in this inning so far. And so in the last 4 balls, she'll be looking to continue to turn the screws, you would think. Great delivery. Excellent response. She'll get a single. It's well played, but very full and very straight in the block hole. Not a lot that Ananya Nish could have done with that. So you're down to the last 3. Sasha Dadwal, 6 from 3. She will now be on strike. She will be looking to see how she can either find the ropes or else get Ananya Nish back on strike. This will land safely. It'll look for 2, I would think. No, Ananya Nish herself wants the strike. And she will be on strike, you would think, for the last 2 balls of this innings. If you have 54 runs against your name, that's probably not a bad option. 54 from 32. Again, 7 fours and a 6. And she will be on strike here for the penultimate ball of the innings. Down the leg side, this will be free runs, and it will go for 6 runs because it is 4 that the ball traveled plus the 2 additional runs for the wide. So that is 6. And those are really penalty runs, if you will, because you can see the 4 runs too much down the leg side for the keeper to do much about that. Plus the 2 runs because it was a wide. So 14 from the over already. No runs to the bat or to the credit of Ananya Nish. She'll probably be a little bit irritated by that. But the last ball coming up here in the innings, 113 runs on the board. Already a very imposing total. Again, these are 10 over matches. So already the Atlanta Pearls will be looking to see how they can get something close to a fast start, because this really does put you on the back foot. Last ball coming up here. Short, pulled away around the corner for 4 more. Tremendous way to end the innings. 18 runs come from that last over. Ananya Nish finishes with 58 from 33 rather. 8 fours and a 6. So that concludes a really excellent effort with the bat for the Atlanta War Eagles. So just 3 batters used. Ananya Nish, 58 from 34, 8 fours and a 6. Kami Desai, 30 from 22 with 4 fours. Sashi Dadwal, 7 from 4. 23 extras. 22 of those are wides. And you will find...
But why?
Okay.
But why it is not showing up on the... Man, it's...
So none of that was streamed at all?
No, it was.
It is streaming.
streaming
It is
somewhere.
somewhere streaming, but I'm not able to get to
Very
it.
interesting.
Yeah, so
All right. Last over 18 came from it, right?
see, everything is getting captured.
Why am I
Setting
off
to stop the streaming.
इसका उसमें कॉपी
One
करने का कोई
before
ऑप्शन नहीं है,
that
राइट?
I got 16.
म्यूट करो उसको।
Captain.
I don't know
Oh, I see.
anybody.
Okay, all right. Well, I got you. I got you.
Whoever you want to bring.
मेरे को लिंक तो भेजो।
You figure out where it's going yet?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we found a link at least where it is recording.
Look how you find them fudges.
12 and...
That live stream?
Unmute कर दिया right? करो।
Sweet.
No, that one last week.
So Rashada and who?
Chewy.
Number 7. Adan.
Shada and Shu.
Huh?
What is that name? Shubi.
You sure?
Yeah,
This one right here?
yeah, this one is Shubi.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because you have
No,
a
boy.
different shirt color.
Oh, Hadana.
Okay, I was about to
Yeah,
say.
Hadana. What you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's batting?
She's a Jamaican.
Rashada.
She's a Jamaican.
That's all you need to say.
Sandwiches, them bad boy.
And the
Wait, no, that's Rashada or the other one? Janwell.
Same difference.
She that come out with the hat.
Who's on the strike? Adania?
Different.
No, this one here and down here.
Bowler is Amarpal.
I'm about,
Amarpal Kaur.
yeah, the batsman look like the Janwell. Eh?
Sorry, who?
Lira! That Janwell? Yeah, that Janwell. She's with me.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Start again.
Well, shoot me now, not this.
Chase is on the way here at the Georgia Women's Cricket Association 13th annual T20 tournament. I say T20, but these are 10 over matches. Matches truncated because of the weather over the last few days. But in some ways, it makes for a more exciting match. Good couple of deliveries to start, 2 singles. Opening batters are Rashada Williams and Adania Bach.
Rashada. Coach! Trying to figure out.
2 singles to start with. Amarpal Kaur is the bowler. Skied into the deep. That has gone a mile and a half. That is a clean strike, and that gives you some sense of the power of this Atlanta Pearls batting unit. That ball was absolutely blasted over mid-wicket for the first boundary, the first 6 of the innings. And if you're going to drag one down like that to Rashada Williams, that's what will happen. I believe this, in fact, is Rashada Williams. We'll confirm that shortly, but that shot gives you a sense of the power. And this is straight played down the ground for a single. I believe this will be all we'll get.
And then the wicket.
And
Adania and
So I have to confirm
pay
this
attention to what happens the rest of the way here, because
Yeah.
you need to score at the rate of 11.8 to win this match. But the intent with which they've started here, the Atlanta Pearls, tells you that they have the ability to do exactly that. Sliced off the outside edge. That would be a single, I believe. Excuse me, I believe.
They're not fighting for it.
Down to long off, make that to deep point.
No. Yeah.
1 ball remaining here in the first over. 10 runs on the board already. So your opportunity here is going to be to continue to press on toward something that resembles momentum. Much of that momentum created from the 3rd ball of this over that went for 6. Swept away powerfully for 4. I'll tell you what, this is intent being shown here by Rashada Williams. And that is the end of over number 1. A good positive start. 14 runs come from that first over. 14 without loss. You need another 104 runs in the next 54 balls, but that effort with the bat from Rashada Williams tells you that she's up for the task. End of 1, 14 without loss.
Looking dark enough to be Rashada.
Bowler Krima.
Cuba. Oh. This one.
Yep.
Cuba.
1 over up. First over from Amarpal Kaur going for 14 runs. It will now be Krima Kapadia from the northern end. Bowling to Adanya Ball. That's wide, and she'll have to re-bowl. In fact, she won't re-bowl that. It goes for 2 runs. Said that a number of times already. Extras, meaning wides and no balls, count for 2 runs each.
16.
And whereas ordinarily you would have to re-bowl those, you're not needing to do it here. I would imagine as a means of being able to sort of conserve time. Goes fishing outside the line of off stump. Doesn't get anything on this. So that's a precious dot ball. Krima Kapadia, medium pacer, right arm over the wicket, bowling to the right-handed vice captain, Adanya Ball. And opening partnership needs to go deep. So in the first match this morning, they were very dominant. This is going to be yet another wide. And ironically, you're scoring at 12 runs and over. So conceding a wide doesn't hurt you, even though it costs you an extra run. It doesn't hurt as much as it potentially could, especially in a chase like this. Effectively, it's like hitting a double. And hitting a double under these circumstances is better for the bowling side than the ball sailing over the ropes for 4s and 6s. So single down to backward square leg here. So 2 balls remaining in over number 2. This is a really very good over on the way for Krima Kapadia. Just 5 runs from the over already. 5, make that 4 of those 5 a courtesy of 2 wides. But as I was just saying, the fact that you don't re-bowl the extras means that it actually doesn't hurt you as much as it potentially could. Last 2 balls here. Worked around the leg side. It'll get 2, you would think. Coming back for the second run now. Not the strongest of throws from the outfield. So, 2 runs again. So, again, you're needing to score around 12 runs and over.
21.
11.8 to be specific. But just 7 from this over already with 1 ball remaining tells you that you've done some work to pull things back from the damage done in the first over. And now how do you close out this over is the question. Whoa, what a great delivery. Big swipe and a miss by Rashada Williams, not able to make contact. So ultimately ends up being a really good over for Krima Kapadia. End of over number 2, 21 without loss.
Wendy. Okay.
What's that?
Vandana Mahajan. Wendy. Last one.
Last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, Barney!
98 runs needed from the next 48 balls. So it's a bit of a steep task. More than 2 runs a ball needed the rest of the way as we start over number 3. Great delivery. Bit of extra bounce. Good first ball bowled that time by Vandana Mahajan. Goes for the big drive. Misses, and oh my goodness, a bit of a shocker by the batter. Goes stumbling out of her crease after that delivery, and a very alert piece of keeping. Knocks the stumps down. I believe this will go as a stumping officially. Doesn't matter exactly whether it's a stumping or a run out. To me, that is maybe a bit of carelessness by the batter,
Number 11.
who should have remained in the crease
No, that's John.
after having missed,
So the first one was
not
shot.
able to get that back foot inside the line or behind the popping
Yeah.
crease.
This
But
one
a
is
good
this
This
piece
one
of
coming
alert
in now was Janet.
effort behind the stumps. Megna Baisha it is with the
I'm good
keep,
here,
or with the gloves.
Hit.
And that results in a wicket.
He's
It's
on
a big wicket. You break the opening partnership.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that you will see that there is going to be maybe some trepidation on the part of the Atlanta Pearls. They do bat very well, but a bit of a brain fade there has to be said by the vice captain, Adanya Ball.
That's stumped.
And the new batter is now in. Vandana Mahajan. I think she will care more that this is, whether it's a stumping or a run out. Obviously, the batter, the bowler does not get credit for the run out. But if it's a stumping, and I believe it was in fact a stumping, then she should get credit for it, and she does. So the new batter is in, and we'll see exactly how you go from here. Rashada Williams at the non-strikers end, 14 from 6. Short delivery, very, very short. She may consider herself lucky to only have conceded 1 run for that. So, in fact, it's going to be Januel Deers, who is the new batter,
Still on 22.
and Rashada Williams now on strike. She has done some damage with the bat already, so she'll be looking, I think, to push on from here. Smashed square, but there's a fielder in the deep, at deep point, coming back for the second run. And it sounds almost counterintuitive, but you will actually accept a ball that goes for 2 runs here, because the scoring rate that's required is almost 13, 12.95. And if you're scoring, or if you're needing to score at the rate of 12.95, scoring 2 runs off of every ball actually leaves you short. And that's going to be a single down to deep third. 1 ball remaining here in a successful third over, the first one being bowled by Vandana Mahajan. Just 4 runs from the over so far. And the first over went for 14, but then 7 from the second, and now, excuse me, now just 4 from the third with 1 ball remaining. So this is really a good fight back with the ball for the War Eagles. And that's played back to the bowler herself. That is a dot. Excellent, excellent over. 4 runs coming from it, and the wicket. End of over number 3. The score is 25 for 1.
$25. $25. If you got enough ball for me. Send somebody.
Is the same bowler? Prima.
Prima.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 25 for 1. Atlanta Pearls are in one feels some trouble here. They need 94 runs in the next 42 balls. So their scoring rate required
25.
is 13.43.
Send somebody.
Needing to score at almost 13 and a half and over, that becomes that much more difficult if in the last 2 overs combined you've only scored 11 runs. And So just a bit of a delay. Not exactly sure what the nature
25.
of the delay is.
25.
In case anyone wants to know the score, it's 25. And that's been said, I would imagine, 25 times in the last few minutes. And I think big picture, this pair at the wicket, Jenwell Deers and Rashada Williams, will know that it is time for them to start getting something more aggressive than what they've gotten so far. Good looking shot, but played directly into the deep fielder, deep extra cover. Oh, come back for the second run. Good strong throw. Maybe too strong a throw for the bowler. Not able to control it. They got 2 runs. But what I started saying was that General Deers and Rashada Williams will know that it's up to them to start pushing towards something resembling momentum. Don't really know that they've gotten it so far. Lofted into the deep. This is going to be catchable and put down. I'll tell you what, it was almost, in fact, it should have been taken, and they'll come back for a second run. Oh, this is going to be a run out. Oh, a comedy of errors. Absolute comedy of errors. Drop in the deep. That should have been the wicket.
Got one, right?
And then they got 1 run, coming back for the second run. Throw comes into the keeper's end, and that is the end of
Yes, I'm Rashida.
Rashada Williams, I believe. That was, I think, shockingly comical. She'll not be laughing at that, though, I don't
Who
think.
was the fielder one?
So that is the
Fielder one,
end
fielder two.
of
Deepak.
Rashada Williams with the bat.
That's all right.
Fielder one?
And
Who
I
was that?
think that you will find that there is some
Ananya?
27.
irritability.
Yeah.
Find out exactly what happens the rest of the way here, but the loss of that wicket will certainly hurt. And so here you will find, I would imagine, that it's going to be really tricky from here. The required rate continuing to climb,
Just 1 run, right?
and the scorecard now reading 28 for 2. 28 for 2. Rashada Williams has been run out,
Who's batting?
and with the new batter coming to the crease now,
Should be.
it is going to be Shubi Bangwal. Things get more and more difficult from this point on because with the loss of that wicket, the required rate now 13.65. Good over on the way here. It's going to be wide. Krima Kapadia it is who's bowling this, her second over. Again, each bowler limited to 2 overs. So this is her last over.
1 and wide.
2, 1 and wide. Yeah, the wide and the wicket.
So once again,
That's wicket.
you're down to the last 3 balls here in over number 4. Played away into the deep, and it's going to be 4. A good piece of cricket, placed very well. 2 fielders in the deep on the offside. There's the deep third and the deep point. A good piece of batting for Jamwell Deers to get that. In fact, for Shubi Bangwal to get that in the gap between those 2 fielders. And it goes away for another boundary. So you certainly have a lot of work to do here, but that's a good piece of cricket to get that shot into the gap. Now the idea is going to be, can you continue to mix well-placed shots with some power? Because essentially at this stage you're going to need power to push on from the position in which you find yourself as of right now. Yes, it's really good to hit the gaps, but there is some power stroking that has to happen the rest of the way. You would think who goes fishing outside the line of off stump, can't get anything on it, so that makes it a much more difficult position from which to extricate yourself. Current partnership, they're going to need runs, absolutely going to need runs. Partnership now just worth 6, and from this position your options become relatively limited if you can't go on and score runs at a faster rate. Outside edge found, goes past the keeper, running down toward the boundary for 4. That will help. You certainly need all the luck that you can get when you're chasing that high of a target. 13 runs come from over number 4. 38 for 2 is the score. 81 more needed in the next 6 overs.
8.
Yeah.
Sachi.
Who's the bowler?
Sachi.
Sachi.
Sachi, that one. That one.
Sachi.
Four overs in the books. 38 for 2 is the score. Atlanta Pearls are scoring at the rate of 9.5 and over. Unfortunately for them, they need to increase that scoring rate by 4 runs per over. In other words, the required rate is now 13.5. Good delivery to start by Sachi Dadwal, played into the offside. They're coming back for 2 runs on everything, and this is going to be a run out, I would imagine. Yep, there's a signal from umpire Maria Abbott, slowly raising that finger. I don't know that running 2s on everything is the best choice here. You can see putting pressure on the fielders in the outfield, but this is hit directly to the sweeper, who was probably 40 yards away.
Right.
That generally is not an option for picking up a second run. Yes, you want to put pressure on the fielders, but it feels very suicidal for that to be the option. So that is wicket number 3. So relatively paltry way of giving away your wicket, I have to say. And so, with 1 ball in over number 5, you've already lost another wicket. So it becomes more and more tricky at this stage to build an argument for the Atlanta Pearls competing in this match. They continue to fall behind.
Yeah.
Should be Bangwal at the non-strikers end. The new batter
Lyra Jennings.
is going to be Lyra
Yeah.
Jennings. The captain has some work to do here. Oh, did she do that on purpose? I don't know that she did. Outside edge found. Gets off the mark immediately. Not the most convincing of ways, but you get the sense that she is going to have to grab the bull by the horns here, Lyra Jennings, and push on. Shubi Bangwal now on strike 8 from 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
And interestingly, there is now a slip fielder in position. So going on full attack here, the Atlanta War Eagles. Slashed away right where the slip fielder just came from. But deep third is in position to make sure that that only cost them 1 run. And interestingly, you don't see the suicidal running anymore. So that's 1. And as they say, sometimes 1 is 1. You don't try to force 1s into 2s or force 2s out of 1s.
I'm at 41.
In my mind, that's why they lost that previous wicket. But you're now continuing to fall even more behind because 33 balls remaining. You still have another 7 to 8 runs left. 14 runs and over. A slip and a gully now in position. Absolutely going on full attack here, the Atlanta War Eagles. Putting pressure on the opposing captain. Good aggressive cricket down the leg side though. And if you have a slip and a gully, the last thing you want to do is fire one down the leg side. Cost them 2 runs. But as I said earlier, 2 runs from a wide does not hurt you when you're needing to score 14 runs and over. 2 balls remaining here in over number 5, almost at the halfway stage. Slip and a gull is still in position. Wave and a miss outside the line of off. That is a dot. And the required rate continuing to climb, current rate continuing to act like a submarine, if you will. 5 runs
43,
in
43.
over number 5 already. Last ball coming up.
43. 43.
And with 43 for 3 the score, a lot of work for the Atlanta Pearls. Played off the back foot. Good looking shot. Down to deep third. Coming back for the second, but I tell you what, that run out, I think, lives in the mind of both of these batters. So they only settle for 1. 6 runs coming from the over. Excellent over bowled by Sachi Dadwal. And at the end of over number 5, halfway through the chase, score is 44 for 3.
Short piece of
Sunita.
who's that? Oh, Sunita. Sunita. Got it?
Well, things become that much more difficult here for the Atlanta Pearls. They need to figure out a way to score 2.5 runs off of every ball the rest of the way. Required rate of 15, and it will be Sunita Dinakar to bowl over number 6. First ball up that over, swept into the deep for a single, and singles at this stage actually end up hurting you. Every single makes the required rate go up. Every double makes the required rate go up. Needless to say, as does every dot ball. So almost to the stage now where you're looking for 4s and 6s with regularity. And only have had 1 6 so far in this innings. It came from the 3rd ball of the innings. But those batters are long gone. And it is now the case that the pressure is continuing to build. 74 runs needed from 28 balls. In the air, just to the left of the fielder, short mid-wicket. These singles will not in any way bother the Atlanta War Eagles because they are absolutely putting the pressure here on the Atlanta Pearls. Batters are Shubi Bangwal, 9 from 6, in fact 10 from 7 after that single. And the captain herself, Lyra Jennings, back on strike, 3 from 5. Good looking shot up and over extra cover, but there's coverage there. They'll get a single, but that's all that they'll get. And it's starting to feel very inevitable here. 26 balls remaining, 72 runs needed. The required rate 16.62, continuing to climb. And your position from here is going to be more and more tricky unless somebody can catch lightning in a bottle. Another single down to long off. And just with 1 ball remaining here in over number 6, 25 remaining in the game, there is an air of inevitability about the proceedings at the moment. Up and over extra cover, good looking shot. It's in the gap and it goes away for 4. I'll tell you what, they need much more of that. Good looking shot. 8 runs come from over number 6. Good shot from the captain, Lyra Jennings, to close things out. In over number 6. End of 6, the score is 52 for 3.
Bowler is Sai.
Side. This one here. Right. New bowler. Side. Can.
How many overs done?
6.
6 overs bowled, 52 for 3. 4 overs remaining, 67 runs needed, required rate 16.75. New bowler. It's going to be Sai Purandare. First ball played down to that deep fine leg area for a single.
6.1 overs.
And around 6, when I say around, I mean a word 1, round word 2. 66 needed for victory from the next 22 balls. So you now need 3 runs off of every ball the rest of the way. So essentially we're talking about 4s and 6s. And that's a single down into the deep backward point or backward square leg area. And it may be around the time that we can stop highlighting the required rate, which is now approaching 19, because
Yeah.
anything short of a mess of 4s and 6s, and there's only one team that wins this game. Back to the bowler herself, no run. So this is again the first over being bowled by Sai Purandare. And your efforts are going to be in vain unless you can find a way to hit big, get into that short extra cover area. Run out opportunity here is not going to be successful. Good piece of fielding, short extra cover, but umpire Brenda Solasano believing that the batter did make her way across the popping crease in time. So that's a single. Needless to say, singles continue to hurt. That required rate continues to climb. Just 3 runs from the over so far. Back to the bowler herself. It will remain a 3-run over. Excellent stuff from the Atlanta War Eagles. End of 7. The score is 55 for 3.
Yeah.
Same bowler, Sunita.
Sunita. Yeah. Okay. No, 8. That's all.
Should be on strike.
Last 3. Sunita Dinakar will be bowling her second and final over. Short mid-wicket prevents a single here, as this partnership that is worth 16 somehow needs to figure out a way to create 64 runs out of the next 17 balls. Needless to say, extremely difficult. Essentially, a 4 every ball the rest of the way wins this game. Anything less than that, and you're looking at a pretty comprehensive victory for the Atlanta War Eagles. Hammered away, but there's a fielder deep backward square leg. And even though Shubi Bangwal has batted decently, 13 from 12, and Lyra Jennings 9 from 10, you need scoring a strike rate of well in excess of where they're currently striking it. Oh, half a chance there, one-handed opportunity in the circle. Short mid-wicket it was, who may have just had the chance to take that, but excuse me.
It's coming on. You needed a drink.
It wasn't me this time,
Run out opportunity. Both batters are at the same end. Yet another wicket. Oh my goodness. So a comedy of errors continuing.
Yeah.
That was played directly to short fine leg. Non-striker immediately wanting the opportunity for a run. The striker had a different opinion, and it means that they both end up at the same end. Generally speaking, that's not a good thing when you and your partner batting can reach out and touch each other.
Miss signal.
And with now one ball remaining in over number 8, it is
And Alexa.
essentially all over
No.
bar the shouting.
Selena.
Selena.
The new batter striding to the crease is going to be Selena White. Wicket number 4, it is the second, well, the first run out. Officially, in fact, the second run out.
Send me in the middle.
And it's again less about who is going to win at this point and more about what the final margin of victory is going to be. Good delivery. Outside the line of off stump. Yet another dot. Should be bang ball. 14 from 14. Make that 14 from 15 after that delivery. Floated up there. Pulled away. Deep mid wicket it is, who cleans up a single to close out over number 8. Very, very clinical performance so far here for the Atlanta War Eagles. Atlanta Pearls at the end of 8 are 59 for 4.
There is no outside the ground. There is jungle se hote ho ja. Who's bowling? Wendy, right? Bowling?
No.
Wendy.
What's the score and over?
Telling you, just give me a second. 58, 4 wicket, 8 over. दो बाकी है.
Wendy's Van Dam, right?
Score, yeah.
I'm on
58.
58.
Yeah.
Yeah, 58?
Yeah.
They're in sync.
Okay. So I'm up.
You're up?
Yeah.
What's yours? Then?
59. Even Brian Lara, like a mistake.
Are you here?
Dot.
Last 2 overs.
It's
58
Van
for 4, 59 after that single to start over number 9. Over here being bowled by
Van Dam.
Session.
Vandana Mahajan it is who's bowling her second over. Penultimate over of the innings. Good looking shot. Gets it in the gap. They should come back for the second, but they don't. And it is at this stage just a matter of, again, seeing what the final margin of victory is going to be. Essentially, after that single, you've gotten yourself to the halfway point in terms of the chase. 60 runs on the board, 59 needed. But just another 10 runs, make that another 10 balls for this match to be finished. Swipe and a miss. That is a dot. And it is now officially out of reach. Required rate above 39. So even if you hit a 6 off of every ball the rest of the way, you still lose this match. 9 balls remaining here. 59 is the margin needed. Paddled away onto the leg side. They'll just get 1. And that clinical performance by the Atlanta War Eagles continues. So again, it's just a matter of knowing what that final margin of victory is going to be. A very dominant performance with the bat early for the Atlanta War Eagles. The Atlanta Pearls, after 3 deliveries in this match, in this innings, appeared to be up for the chase. It ends up that they'll not be anywhere near what they needed. 7 balls remaining the rest of the way.
One of them.
62 for 4. Batters are Celine,
61.
White, and Shubi Bangwal.
50 runs in 1 over.
And the rest of the way, I think you'll see pretty straightforward chase. That's a single that closes things out. Over number 9 is done. And with 1 over remaining, the score 61 for 4.
Oops.
I don't have this player in the list.
Who's that?
Her name is right, Deepanjali. Her name is not there in the list.
No, look at it.
Yeah, but not.
Is
They
that
have
on
not
the
added the
others?
player. Yeah, write the name. I will score on the Ruby's name. So just make a note. I will update it later.
Last over.
The bowler is Deepanjali Pokala.
Deepanjali Pokala is the bowler. And this will be, again, the most dominating of victories here for the Atlanta War Eagles. First one going down the leg side for a wide. Just means that you've gotten yourself one delivery closer to the victory here. Atlanta War Eagles, with again a very dominating performance. Been clinical in the field. They were very aggressive with the bat. And even with that wide to start over number 10, are just 5 deliveries away from the final margin of victory here. Good looking shot into the deep.
This beautiful.
Should look for 2. In fact, they just settled for 1 relatively easily. Last 4 balls here.
One for shoot.
Partnership, for what
She
it's
was
worth,
money
is
fielder.
worth 6.
Wow, when they were batting.
She what
No, she
did
was
not
money
bat.
batting.
She
Listen.
And
did field it, but
your
she was- she did
opportunities for impressing will be very tricky the rest of the way.
11 to play.
Maybe at this stage you're just playing for pride. Looking to paddle this around the leg side. I believe this is off the pad.
There she was money.
not- I didn't hear it called during the game.
No signal from umpire Maria Abbott, so that may have just actually been off of either inside edge or the glove. So last 3 coming up.
Score.
And let's see, in terms of the rest of the way, in fact, after this ball, we'll talk about what happens the rest of the day for the tournament. Played away into the leg side. Should just be 1 here. So the next game will be the Atlanta
Should
War
that one
Eagles,
in?
who are going to be just on the verge of a pretty comprehensive victory here. The War Eagles take on Think Cricket Academy. That is the next game, and then the team that wins 2 games, so that would be the War Eagles, have a chance to do that. They go straight through to the finals, and then the other 2 teams play in the semis at 1:30. So that's sort of the schedule the rest of the way. 1:30 the semifinals, and then the finals at 3 o'clock. Local time, of course, Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, we're just a couple of deliveries away from this match being ended. In fact, 1 delivery away from this match being ended. "66 runs on the board, the final margin of victory, as this is going to be a run out. Not out anyway, but
No,
that's the
not
end of the
out.
innings.
Not well.
5 runs
Around
come from the last
65.
over.
66.
Needless to say,
66.
you needed a tremendous
wide.
effort with the bat, and you were not
one,
able to
two
get it.
dots.
And they end up falling short by the margin of 52 runs. So the Georgia make that the Atlanta War Eagles
Total
taking
reach
victory in
back.
this match by 52
That,
runs.
Yes, I go back.
They threatened-
Should be is 19.
But really never delivered anything.
8, 9, 10, 11,
Rashida Williams, 20 from 10, 1 4 and 1 6.
20, but all right, nice.
Should be Bangwal, 19 from 23 with 2 4s. Lyra Jennings,
No, no,
10 from 11.
Huh?
But those are the only 3 batters to get into double figures, single digits the rest of the way.
And match.
Good clinical bowling performance by most of the bowlers. Amar Paul
First
Carl
one
looked
was on.
expensive, 14 from that first
Then
over.
only I can switch on.
And Krima
okay.
Kapadia
So
exceeded 20 from her 2 overs, but all the other bowlers
20.
I'll come back.
economy rates of less than 10. So that is a good effort with the ball. That is the end of the match, ladies and gentlemen. The Atlanta War Eagles taking victory by the margin of 52 runs. The next match coming up within a few minutes right here at the... Where are we? We are in Georgia. We are the Georgia Women's Cricket Association 13th Annual T20 Cricket Tournament. The next match coming up in this tournament right here will be the War Eagles, who you just saw in that victory, versus Think Cricket Academy. Match coming up, I would imagine, in the next 15 or so minutes local time. See you then.
Yeah, it's not corner. It's corner.
You have the how much each player made?
And then we'll keep up with that.
I know while he was commentating here, have them up well. How much this one have and how much that one has.
Because they're looking at this.
Okay. You have the final score?
Here is not corner. We go.
This one, right?
Hold on, what you trying to do?
To get on to their batting.
You speaking to her?
Me.
Oh,
Me.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Have an excuse. Somebody. And Olin
Sure.
anything as yet. Much respect, Olin.
Okay.
I'm listening to Olin.
Listen to me now, well. 20,
Wait.
good.
Wait,
3.
I'm on. 1.
Alright, that's the one out.
needed
Listen.
an interview.
2,
Question mark?
19,
You can send us back if you want to. There's no need.
10.
Oh, you're already here, so.
So not a long walk.
Tell me who I'm talking to, both of you.
I'm Ananya Nish. I'm Meghna Baisha, captain of Atlanta War Eagles.
You know, the funny thing is, I don't always recognize the faces because I usually see the names on the paper. I obviously know who you both are. So, first of all, talk about this game. What happened? Why were you able to win so easily? Let me ask you that.
I think from the batting side, we kept batting strong. We kept the run rate very high with our batter right here and many of our other batters as well. And then after that, we followed it with very strong bowling, strong fielding. I think there was only very few mistakes in that, and we kept it very tight no matter what the conditions were for the game.
Ananya Nish, I saw a ball fly off of your bat that went halfway to the airport. First, talk about that shot, and then tell me about your approach to batting in general.
That shot, it was in my arc, and I've been practicing those shots recently. So my objective for this game was just to go out there and play what I've been practicing in the nets, and thankfully it worked out here. And for batting, I just go in, I do what my team needs me to do, and since it was a T10 this time, they needed me to keep the run rate high. And we started off really strong the first 2 overs with Cammie, so I just tried to support her. And then after that, when I started to get a bit more into my batting, started middling the ball, seeing it well, I also tried to support her with like the bigger shots and stuff, and thankfully it worked out this game. So.
And as for you, young lady, was that a stumping or a run out? Which one was it?
For the one on the other end?
Uh-huh.
That was, the one that I threw?
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
I think that was a stumping because she didn't try for the run. She didn't try for the run. She just happened to be stepping out for that and taking a start as batters do. But definitely improved before when I used to make that.
But that takes good mental awareness on your part.
Yes.
So talk about how important that is.
I think it's always important to be aware of the game. As keeper, obviously, I'm involved with every ball, but when you're fielding as well, you have to be watching every ball, expecting the ball to come towards you, even if it might not. You're always being supporting there for your team, cheering. Even if you get only one ball, all 10 overs, you're going to be there cheering part of the game because everything supports everything for the fielding. It's not just catching the ball and being there.
Lovely. Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
the rest of the
much.
way.
Thank you.
Oh yes. I'm gonna stretch my legs.
You and me both.
I'll be leaving here alone.
Please.
Thanks, eh? I said we leaving here alone. He said please. eh, eh. Thanks, eh?
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I try.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get tickets for my sons for CPI.
Okay.
I have no contacts, and Maria isn't involved in it this year.
Yeah.
They just want to go again for the excitement.
Yeah, of course.
The excitement.
Where they care about where they go?
In the games?
Meaning which island?
No, well, Trinidad.
Oh, Trinidad. Okay.
Trinidad.
Before we leave, I have to get the contact information,
Okay.
and then I'll see if I can hook up.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Greatly, because last year before, they were able to attend.
Yeah.
Well, them and their girlfriends went.
Yeah.
And I was so elated just because they were able to go. They came back voiceless and they were so excited at
Yes.
just being there.
Yep.
The energy from the games was really, I felt blown away. I don't need to
It makes a big difference, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know, and I don't think they have many games in Trinidad this year. But I don't know how the tickets sports golf is any ticket for any game.
I'm sure it's not any ticket for any game. I'm sure it's specific to each location.
They work in the day, so it will have to be a night game. And then these games, you want to make sure you're there for half of the day to get inside the road.
Jeez. You go to the Bernard Academy or we go to the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they went there.
Yeah.
Your dad is active, moving around with you.
Oh my God, he lived by himself.
He lived by himself.
Cook for himself, drive to the store for me too.
Okay.
Daddy just turned 88.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Mommy died in 2015. So he lived by himself. But
Up here.
in Houston.
Okay, well, yeah, you know. Okay.
Yeah, but any chance that Daddy get to go to cricket?
He goes.
But he's a cricket snob.
He's
He will only watch Test cricket. No other form of cricket.
Okay.
I even said to him, when you go to Jamaica to watch CPL. Literal said no.
Yes.
I said, Daddy, I will carry you go to. He said, no.
Jamaica. Yes.
If you tell Daddy that India going to be playing Pakistan in a T20.
He's there.
No,
He's
not
not going.
there. But if you say Zimbabwe and Ireland playing
Yes.
a test, he want to go to that.
Okay.
Dad,
Hey,
you good?
trying to be.
How are you, ma'am?
Ask me that in another couple of days, not.
Oh yeah, a couple days.
Yeah.
You
No, don't ask that
you
question.
going to take it that long to recover?
This is okay, Lisa. I need you.
And when are you going back to Houston? Yeah.
To Austin. Tomorrow morning.
You drive.
A flight. No.
Oh, you
my
take
God.
a flight. Sound like a curse.
I'm not a young man like you, no. Look here. A drive that long would finish me off. I've been moving like
Think
Miss
you're being
Miss
kind
Maria
by
here.
referring to us in different age category.
Huh?
But I think you're being kind by referring to us in different age categories.
I need Lisa.
This is you know that's the umpire.
I do know this is umpire.
She's
Dad, I want a pen.
she's
If there's a
also
pen in
my
there for me.
daughter, not by a woman or a father, but she's my daughter. No pen.
Daughter, all right.
That's a tragedy, Dad.
No pen in here.
Is this at all?
What's going on?
Did not
Is it hot?
any pen
No.
in this.
Is it?
No, good.
Is it on now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, are you using your pen there?
It's not even mine.
It's not yours. Well, which means Lisa might be using it. Lisa, I need
What,
you, please.
you need a pen?
Yes.
And then yeah.
No. They can't you start it without you.
I don't know. Right, here, you need one. See what?
Then the thing behind it. Come, Lisa. Sweetheart,
You
I
need
need
one?
to borrow your seats for a few minutes. Sure. Go in, Lisa. Go in. I need to do the stats for the 6SI. So if you could just give me those. Oh, Lordy, sorry, I keep your water away. If you could just give me those papers, please.
Let me see if I could find it. Yes, sir.
Who's the bowler? Tanya, bowler name?
Number 13.
Oh, I didn't put the date. on it.
Bowler.
Yeah, this was one, I think. Yeah.
Hold on. This is.
There's two ships.
Yes.
There's Shiva Priya and the other one. So the other one is one.
Okay.
Eagles. This is balls and eagles.
Number 13. Okay, got it. He's on strike. Sai on strike.
Brian,
Huh.
this game is live on WhatsApp.
It's not WhatsApp. It's on. I think it's Crick Clubs. Crick
Crick
Clubs.
Cricket clubs.
Crick Clubs.
Crick clubs, yeah. No ball. 6.
No ball
No
for 6.
ball.
That means 8 runs.
Yeah.
See, this is it.
Yeah.
That's all right. Who batting there? 6.
No. What Eagles? What Eagles?
6 with an over.
Batting. Deepu! Who's the batter?
Sai.
Side. S-E.
S-A-E-E.
Right, Sai.
Okay, and other one is Ananya.
Ananya, and the non-striker.
Sorry, on strike is Sai. Sai hit the 6. Undo. Is white +1?
Second ball was 1, right?
Second ball is 1 for yes.
My fault, I didn't complete.
That's okay. This means that they run, right? The circle with the dot in it.
No, just one wide. I just think it forward.
So they did not run. It's just a no ball.
No ball.
Okay.
No, this is the wide, isn't it? This is the no ball, yeah. Plus.
Where no ball?
Plus like the other ball.
Oh,
I
your
just do
plus is a
mine.
no ball.
That's why I just put.
Well, you're wrong. Anyway.
You should teach me.
6.
That's our dot, right?
No, the single. 10 runs.
Anya. And Anya.
Did you find the phone? Who is that? Lisa?
Yes, dear. Thank you.
Where it was?
On the seat.
The bus? Are you there in the bus and I have the key?
It open. Four. Who hit that? Score, right? Not open. Who hit that?
She's speaking to you.
Ah, tell me.
Sai. See you.
Yeah, Sai. All the boundaries are from Sai. Ananya is the taller one.
I was thinking, I told but they haven't watched it down there.
You study what you doing here? You know?
Let me study you. Study for the young people.
Alright guys, come on! Show some energy, let's go!
This is
6.
the player here that lost the first one.
Yes.
And
The one that just won the second.
That's a big one. Number 10, you're blocking the umpire and me.
Hannah, you are blocking the scorer. She cannot see the umpire. Thank you.
Thanks.
Atlanta pause. So I need pause.
We are at 16.
And the color.
Leroy Jennings.
2 miles. You just got one there, right?
Yeah, the last one was taken.
So that was the first over. What's the goal?
17 runs.
Welcome back to the Georgia Women's Cricket Association 13th annual T20 tournament. This is the last match in what I would refer to as the group stages. Think Cricket Academy against the Atlanta War Eagles. Think Cricket Academy winning the toss and choosing to bowl. They'll want a better over than the first over that was bowled by Shiva Katel that went for 17. So the score is 17 without loss. The batters are Ananya Nish and Sai Purandare. Ananya Nish, oh, built the deliver there. Gets away with it somehow. It just cost 1 run. It was well down the leg side, and had she let it go, it would have been
That was
adjudged
Sai,
as
right?
wide.
That was Sai, yes.
That's not Maria.
Sai Purandare now 13 from 6 with 1-4 and 1-6. She hit the first
This is what
match, first ball of the match for 6. And a couple of other good scoring shots. Ananya Nish it is who is now on strike.
6 overs. It's
leg
easy,
spinner in
just put it down to
operation.
6 overs.
Chip it up.
Because we're playing 10
And
overs
it's going
now.
to be played into the leg side. So a couple of singles to start over number 2.
Just sort of
Better
rely on
over
you, boy.
overall
When you with 6
as of
overs.
right now as compared to the first. So 19 runs on the board as you've gotten through a couple of deliveries here in over number 2. 10 over match.
Okay, this is
So no power play, no field restrictions of any kind. All of the fielders as of now are back on the boundary. Smoked into the deep for 4. So it's all well and good that you can toss the ball up, but if you get it down the leg side like that one was, that will be punished. And Anani Nish is a really powerful striker of the ball, as is Sai Purandare. It is Sai Purandare herself who plays that shot. That is her second boundary to go with a 6. And so she now moves up to 17 from 7 balls faced, 2 4s and that 6. And wants to get off to a fast start. 9 deliveries into this innings.
What?
23 runs on the board. This one gets by the keeper. In fact, it's a no ball. Coming back for the second. Not the cleanest of throws. There is the signal. 2 runs plus 2 for
Is
the
this
no
your
ball, I would
teammates?
imagine.
No.
No. So this is TCA.
So
So they took 2 runs, right?
just
so no plus 2.
means of being able to set the table in terms of the expectations. Ordinarily, wides and no balls, the bowler gets to re-bowl
I'm on
those
27.
or has to re-bowl those. Here, the bowler is not going to re-bowl them, and this is
is your
another
players.
really loose delivery. Yet another no ball. It lands off of the playing area. When that happens, it is adjudged as a no ball. So 2 more runs to the total. As I started saying, they don't re-bowl these. So tossed up. Good looking delivery in terms of the length. The line is a little straight though. And that is another wide. In fact, that is a wide.
Over
2
finish.
runs coming from the over.
Overdone.
Over finish.
Over finish.
Lira.
A
It's
bit
over
of
finished.
confusion here, but 4 have
The
it
last
as
ball not
it
counted.
being the end of the over,
So
and
you say
that
this
is
your
the end of the
player.
over.
Eagles.
An expensive one. 6 extras, 4 no balls, and
That last over.
2 wides.
No ball is this one. Or the wide. Because she over bowled you. Yeah, last ball was too many. 1 1
last ball is wide. I had to go for 2.
4. No, but the over had finished.
Ball was out of the
Yeah.
over.
So it was out of the over.
So it is on the table.
Balls, TCA, balls. Okay. So these 2 going together.
So just a bit of confusion there, but I would imagine that the score is either 29 or 31
Where's the
when
score is?
our scores catch up with us. Swept away into the deep. First ball of over number 3. Get a single. So Anya Tiyagi was who bowled that second over. Now this over being bowled
Ball set back.
by Harmanjot Kaur. Looking to pull this one away. Gets by the keeper. They'll get one. Coming back for the second.
This is your player.
Believe this will be signaled as buys. Watch umpire Lear Jennings here. No, leg buys. Signaled as leg buys.
Yes.
So a couple of leg buys to start over number 3.
2 runs, right? 2 runs?
So once again, this over being bowled
Buys, right? Leg buys.
by Harmanjot Kaur. Opening batters, Sai Purandare and Ananya Nish.
I'm on 34.
Stroked into that deep mid-wicket area. They'll get one. They'll come back for the second. Couple of runs here. Once again, off to a good fast start. The Atlanta War Eagles are really power-packed batting unit. Now, bearing in mind,
36.
the team that wins this match, if it is in fact the War Eagles, that puts them straight through into the finals at 3 o'clock local time. The team that loses this, let's say for example, to continue my hypothetical, if it were to be the Think Cricket Academy, they would play in the semi-finals match at 1:30. As of right now, that would in fact be against the Atlanta Pearls. Good looking shot in the gap. Sliding effort is in vain. Good attempt, but she's not able to prevent that from going over the ropes for 4. So that's a good looking shot. And we'll see exactly how they're able to get anything for that.
I need one more paper.
Off to a relatively fast start again.
People study coming and taking paper. You have some.
No, I just gave that to her. Let me see we have the underneath it.
Last ball coming up here and over number 3 on the ground.
Steady on?
Yeah.
One bounce directly into the deep. That is Hani Azera who cleans up. There's a single that closes things out in over number 3. And a 3-42 that lost.
Because actually you hear what I did it?
I'm at 42.
Some people were
Coming and
taking
taking
things.
sheets.
And they didn't give you back?
I don't know if they have any right now. Who's going to board?
So 3 overs up, 42 runs on the board. So your scoring rate there is 14 runs and over. I think Cricket Academy is going to want to pull that scoring rate back. Obviously, that scoring rate is certainly one that gets you around 140. 140 runs is a good score in a T20. 140 in 10 over match is, let's just
Can
say,
you tell me the bowler name?
you want to be able to pull
Bowler's
things back
name
more
there.
than that.
Bowler's name? Sorry?
Aman.
Aman. And Haman just bowled?
Someone just bowled. Anya. I don't
Starting over number 4
Yeah.
into the gap. That's going to be close to the boundary. In fact, it gets there now. The first ball, Hania Zera, it is who's bowling over number 4. And that first ball up over number 4 gets dispatched to deep mid wicket for boundary number 4 for the day. So, talked about the fact that they need to clean things up a little bit. Well, you certainly need to clean things up, but you don't clean things up by conceding a boundary off that first ball. Everyone in the deep on the leg side, obviously riding the boundary.
They just have on the
And from your position here, it goes down the leg side, and it will probably be at least 2. Coming back for the second run now, wayward throw 2, so that should be 4 runs, 2 for the wides, and then the additional 2 runs that are run. And with those, that puts you in the position of having gotten past 50. So this is a really, really fast start. See exactly whether or not they can extricate themselves from a tricky position here at Think Cricket Academy. Conceding way more runs than they needed to, and that's smoked down the ground in the gap between long on and long off. Long off was there, but not able to control it, and it goes over the ropes for yet another boundary. So that is the 5th boundary that has been struck, and that fast start continues. The rate of scoring is now 15.43. That is a really aggressive scoring rate, and that puts you in a good position. Both of these batters looking good. Saipur and Dar at 22 from 13. And in fact, with that 4 down the ground, she's now 26 from 14, 2 4s and a 6. Appeal. Gone. And Anya Niche not happy, but she'll have to go. Revenge found here by the bowler, Hania Zera. First wicket is down. Good delivery, wrapped in front. And then Niche will probably want to have played with a straight bat. That is the end of the opening partnership. Worth 54 runs, but they come back and break it here with Think Cricket Academy. So that is the end of that partnership. 39 balls remaining in the innings. The score is 54 for 1.
Magna. Magna.
So Meghna Baisha
Yeah.
coming to the crease at the fall of that wicket. Played into the offside. Immediately off the mark with a single here, Meghna Baisha. So some success found. You want to make sure that you're able to take wickets when they present themselves. And even though that opening partnership got off to a very fast start, you will be buoyed by the fact that you've just broken that opening partnership. So Hania Zera successful from that standpoint. So just 1 ball remaining here in over number 4, my apologies. Just played into the offside. And so a successful over. 14 runs coming from it. It's expensive from that standpoint, but the opening partnership has been broken. That's the end of over number 4, 56 for 1.
Next day I play them. Next day I'm playing.
Okay. No problem.
Interesting. Very interesting. I will have to see that. I will have to see that.
You started it.
Lighter than a bottle.
Number 18. Who's number 18?
On your sheets?
No.
Number 18.
Harman Jot Kaur?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 56 for 1.
She's bowling, right?
Oh, stumping opportunity here. Go. I tell you what, she just started to raise the finger, umpire Brenda Salasano, and then I think changed her mind. That was a really well bowled delivery. Drawing the batter out of the crease. But luckily for her, she just did manage to get that back foot back inside the crease. So dot ball to start over number 5. Down the ground here. Over number 5 here being bowled by Harmanjot Kaur. This is her second over. They're coming back for the second. Good aggressive running. And I think you've seen some evidence that Think Cricket Academy is actually fighting back here. Conceded 56 in the first 4 overs. But already pulling things back here in over number 5. 3 runs halfway through this over. So that certainly brings down that scoring rate of 14 and over. Batters are Sai Purandar at 25 from 16. Meghna Baisha 1 from 1. It's actually Meghna Baisha who is now going to be on strike. Playing into the legs.